Hey everybody, Kellen Cash here. Beautiful Friday. Um, Maybe not so much where you're at, depending on where you are in the world, but it's a beautiful day. As every day I think should be. But the topic today, it's one that we were talking about today at a meeting, personal meeting internally, and it's choose your friends with caution. But how do you choose your friends? What's going on, Ron Bryant? What's going on, my man? All is good. Hey, Dr. Murray, how you doing? Choose your friends with caution. I'm just jumping into this topic because we find so many people are held back from their circle, especially their inner circle, especially their friends. And I find that the more that you do, especially in business and travel, personal, it determines who your friends can be. Friends are more than just people that are on Facebook, people who you can actually relate with, talk to, learn something from. A lot of people have friends that they can't learn anything from, and so it's just a one-way, relationship, whatnot. Hey, Kiki Bandy, what's going on with you? And so I thank y'all for just kind of tuning in, Facebook and Anchor FM and YouTube and all that. But if your friends can't build you up, if your friends are those that are just total leeches, can you cut them today? What's going on, Juvette? Dr. Che, Juvette, Kiki and Juvette. I will be in Cameroon this summer. Kiki, I know you already know. Juvette, I don't think you know that yet, but I will be there this summer. I'll let you guys know personally what month. And so how do you choose them? And cutting your friends quickly if they're just leeches. I know personally a lot of folks have friends and family that they've known for years that when you were at one level in life, that was a good friend. When they always had the alcohol money, the party money. But when you get out of that and it gets into real life, do you have friends that if something happens to you, you can say, hey, come pick my kids up. I'm in a meeting, I'm stuck in traffic. And if you don't have friends like that, then the deuces, whatnot, you got to give people, because especially the higher you go in life, there will be people in business and personal who they're professional leeches. Their whole thing is to try to get close enough to you so they can get something from you. And don't think you need a whole ton of money to do that. You just need to have something that they don't have. It may be a Maserati, it may be the Aston Martin, it may be the keys to the plane that you can get, it may be the beach house, it may be just even as simple as you're invited to events that they're not at. Like, I don't want to make this something like so elitist, whatnot, but something you can understand. But the more you have, the more they grab. And we even have clients sometimes who we become friendly. We can talk not just on a business level, but on a personal level. It kind of comes with my job. But if you go from making $25,000 in life a year to making $1 million or even making six figures, people, want to jump in your life because they figure the way. That's a great quote from the poet Nipsey Hussle. So how do you choose them? I like to evaluate people on one, what's their purpose of being in my life? What am I going to be able to learn from this person? What do they have to offer me as far as knowledge, whatnot? And are they trustworthy, dependable, and all that other good stuff that you look for in friends, right? But I've had long-term friends that have known me since my teenage years. And, I've seen them ask for investment and me say, nah, we're not really interested in that investment. And they get mad and then they say awful things, and if you know anything about my life, it can be crazy. It's like this song about to play. It can be crazy in a good way, and sometimes on the downfall. I mean, everyone has their ups and downs, but I mean, I remember a friend asking me for $15,000 for an investment, and that he's still in. I'll give him credit for that, but I didn't want to do that investment because when I looked over the paperwork, it just wasn't something that I was interested in. Now, he knew I had the money, right? But him and I had did business before in a whole nother life, and I knew that his investments don't always go, the way he plans for them to go. And, he wanted me to do a lot of things to, give him this money because he wanted someone else. He feels comfortable when other people are in it. And a lot of folks feel comfortable when other people are in their investment with them because they're like, oh, I got so-and-so. And sometimes they want to name drop and say, hey, my doctor's in this, my lawyer's in this, my friend who's an entrepreneur is in this, so I know this is going to go well. And they have other sets of eyes. For that, we have consulting hours for even friends and family that we just don't jump into any investment. I have an advisory board because I don't know everything and I need their eyes. I don't have time to look up everything and research. So I have people that I can trust to say, what do you think about this? And first it has to go through my wife first. If I have any reservations, this may take a flip, but if you're not giving it to your spouse first before you even take it to your the elders and the advisory board that you trust that don't need anything from you financially or anything, you got to get it through your spouse. If you picked right, even your spouse, because how you pick your friends right is how you're going to pick your spouse. And so that's a mouthful. That's why I have my tea. Lovely tea. Do you guys have your lovely tea yet? Go to lovelytea.net. She's just launching it today. It's going to sell out too today. But get that. But you have to pick your friends wisely so you can pick your spouse. And that's just how things go in my life. And I find that people will constantly try to convince you in life that they're this or they're that so you can become their friend. My friends don't have to have a lot of money, even though some may. My friends don't have to be doing what I do. Actually, I can't say that because everybody I work with, we're friends. Like we can kick it, even if we're just kicking it on the phone and I've never met them, we can kick it. But I like having friends in the industry, but they don't have to do what I do. And so how do you choose your friends? Are all your friends ratchet where they always need a loan? I don't loan friends money. I don't loan anybody money. I will give you money if we have it and we have that relationship. But to loan money is just too stressful for me. I'm thinking when I'm going to get it back. I feel like a loan shark, and I don't like to do that. Nor do I think, most people, we have that relationship where people are going to ask me for money. I don't have no money to give. You know what I mean? Like Dame Dash talks about, I get some money so I can do something else and put something, else together, whatnot. But there's a difference between doing great business and then being liquid where you're just going to be cashing out money. Plus, when I do give money, I like to give money to things that I'm passionate about, so those people never have to ask me. I just give it, right? And I don't talk too much about that because that's my business. What's going on, Tony Tone? And I see Will and Janelle. What's going on? And so when you pick your inner circle, pick some folks who are sharp, smart, active, because if not, people always say, show me your friends and I'll show you your future and all that good stuff. And that's real. And, what we find is a lot of people need life coaches nowadays because they didn't pick a good circle. They didn't pick good friends. They're not at where good friends are at. Now you're saying, where are good friends at? And let me tell you, I'm not a life coach at all. I haven't lived long enough. But good active people are at networking events. You know, you pick whatever topic. Right now, I'm getting heavy into drones right now, and I'm finding friends and mentors in that arena, right? Finding people who are doing that common thing. Just because PR is great, consulting is great, but we're getting to a plateau where folks who can't afford a certain amount of money, they're just not going to be our client, and that needle moves up, up, up. Yeah, Ron, that's true. True that. You know, I only try to speak the truth. So I'm getting into this drones and I'm finding out these conferences. But when I was getting into like network attached storage and getting tech heavy when we first came to Seattle, I mean, I made friends in that circle and people I could call. Now it's biased because I'm a consultant, so my whole thing is based on relationships. I need to know these people, but there's still some people out there that if I go to Greece, oh, I'm staying at their house, whatnot, if I'm going. Now, if I'm going with the whole family, I'll rent something. But if I'm going, I'm staying at their house, because when I travel abroad, my thing that I love about friends is people say, stay with us. That doesn't always work when you have a family, because my wife likes her privacy. And, you know, and that I understand that because she doesn't get a lot of time off. But we are picking every day our friends wisely. And your friends, if they're dead broke, that may just be where they're at right now, but you should be able to help them, and their mentality should not be dead broke, where they're constantly looking for money or someone to watch their kids. I see people are only friends with them because they know they'll watch their kids and they won't have to pay them. That's a hot mess. That's not a friend. That's a leech. That's a scavenger. That's a bottom feeder. That's that low-hanging fruit that you need to go somewhere else. You know, I probably love what I do day to day because I know where my friends stand in my circle. I know how close some of the friends are, and that I've never overshoot to think, you know, there's friends and then there's family. You know what I mean? There's friends and there's family. Some of y'all have 5,000 friends on Facebook, and you couldn't get a favor out of one of them. Not out of one of them. So, you know, and somebody even put on Facebook, they put the angry face. I don't even know this person like that though. So that might be one person that snuck on. I don't even know that person like that. Oh yeah, that's not even a friend of mine. How'd they get on here? I don't know, Olivia Carntine or whatever her name is. So again, I don't need to pay too much attention to her because she's not a friend or relevant in my life, and we don't spend time on people who aren't relevant at all. Lydia, you know, get out of here. Sorry that you wasted your time, that you had enough time in the day on someone's Facebook and YouTube to go put an angry face because you didn't like they were saying because of friends. I can tell you that's somebody who probably doesn't have good friendship. That's probably somebody who is that bottom feeder we were talking about. Like, what are you talking about? You're angry about a post, unless she made a mistake, you know. But I've used it as an example that people, we're not here in life to impress everybody. And I choose my friends and my circle so wisely. You know, my friends hire us for their projects and vice versa. And I take the friendship more important than the business, because I want everybody to win that's in my circle. You know, I want everybody to win, but I know everyone's not going to win, but in my circle. So, you know, I don't like to go through little depression bouts where I don't know who's around me for what. I like when, hey, Don, what's going on? Sabona and Mialo. I think I said that right in Tulsa. But But you know, I like to go. One of my things I liked when I did go to South Africa, since Don just joined us, go to South Africa. I never stayed at a South African hotel. I will next time I go, but I had friends. I'm chilling. Go to the UK, same thing, you know. And there are times when I get in my writing spell where I just need to zone out, and I will maybe go get my own hotel even if I have friends in the area, because I'm in a creative mode and I don't get a lot of that time. But you must choose your friends wisely, and don't think that if your friends have privilege that there's something wrong with that, because sometimes you'll be friends with people if they don't have if they're not at a level even intellectually that you're at, they're going to hold you back sometimes. I mean, there are those people you just like to have a fun time with, but there are people in life who are just there to bring others down, and you shouldn't feel bad if like all your friends are billionaires. Don't feel bad. You know what I mean? People say, oh, you only have rich friends or you only have entrepreneur friends, but they're on a level like we can feed off each other and support, because I'm not trying to sit here bringing everybody up. I need to be lifted up too. I need that motivation too from the elders, from those who've already lived it. You know, Ron Bryant was on here. You know, he's a friend, family member. You know, I put Ron in the family category. Ron did our first children's book, but I can learn from Ron because he's somewhere in life that I'll be in the future. His kids are older than mine. I can learn from him, whatnot. And I like that. Janelle was on here too. Janelle has like, I think 7 kids. If you don't think you can learn from somebody with 7 kids, you are tripping, because I'm working on my patience every day. I can only imagine if I had 7 kids, what my patience would be like. So, you know, I'm never on here long, but that's what I wanted to talk about briefly, and it's been 17 minutes. Choose your friends wisely. Ask yourself, how do I choose my friends? And is it, you know, reciprocal, or is it just, you know, you taking from them or them taking for you? Y'all be blessed. Have a great weekend. I am out. Peace, peace, peace.